Hi JC, Emma here from Love and Light Organites. You probably remember me from when I sent you a unicorn for your little girl and a necklace for you. I just wanted to jump in and say this is my first video I've ever done to put anywhere publicly, but you inspired me with your talk you just did about how you've pulled your little girl out of the system. We are a homeschool family ourselves. Well, we're actually an unschool family. And I just have to say you've done the best thing you can do for your little girl. She is going to love it. You're going to have such a strong connection with her. We find the unschooling approach works best for us, and it's the most natural way of learning. And we find that we can follow our kids' interests, and they're totally engaged because they're interested in what they're learning about. We are from a teaching background, and you'd be surprised how many teachers homeschool their kids because they know how bad the system has gone regarding it's just taken away the love of learning for kids. It's all about data collection, it's all about ticking the box, it's all about following the criteria, assessment. There is no love of learning in the education system any longer. And as we all know, who are aligned with your core values, it's the same with all the systems. The health system, government, everything. It's all aligned together. And I was really glad that you mentioned John Taylor Gatto because he is one of the authors that really inspired our family's decision about schooling. And I just wanted to reach out and say that we are here if you need help. The best things we find about our homeschooling is that we just have unlimited opportunities. So a regular week for our family is on a Monday. We have some friends come over and we do some learning activities together. That's led by my husband or my son who's 10 because he has the teacher gene and he loves teaching. So he loves teaching his friends, and so that's like community learning from peers, and he teaches his friends to be teachers as well. Then on Tuesdays we go to the beach. We have a beach day with a bunch of our other friends, so the kids are connected in nature all day. Every Wednesday there's always a local homeschool community event, and you can choose whether to attend or not. Today I went along to our community event, and it was an art activity, and our kids absolutely loved it. The homeschool activities in our area are organised by a committee of parents who are an admin team for our local area, and they get together and have regular meetings to organise activities that our kids will engage in. On Thursdays we often have a family day at home where we do focused home learning. At the moment, because it's really hot, we have a family swim. Earlier on we'd have a family walk the last few months when it was a bit cooler. And on Fridays, the Fridays are a bit different. It just depends on what's happening. Sometimes we have focused learning activities, but other times we just go to some other friend's house for a play. And it's funny, our kids actually play school with each other. So they practice who's principals and who's teachers and who's students, and it's funny that we unschool them, but they actually like to play school. But it's their version of school. So it's really beautiful to watch, and they're playing with kids of all different ages. And as you said in your video, it's really unnatural for them to be grouped in age groups for their whole schooling and only mix with peers of the same age. On a weekend, we have all sorts of different activities, but another great thing about homeschooling is because our kids are not completely exhausted from a day of trying to sit still, do what they're told, keep their emotions together. They don't have to come home and do homework. Our kids are engaged in extracurricular activities pretty much every day. It depends what you want to do with your lifestyle and how busy you want to make it, but that's another way that our kids are able to learn and engage in a mainstream community. So they're getting the best of both worlds. So they still get to have peers and friends who go to school, but they also have a very strong homeschool community. our homeschool community here in North Queensland, we have lots of different big events that our kids can choose to be involved in. And next week, I'm organising our homeschool swimming carnival. But there's events like that happening all the time. And I know once you connect with your local group where you are, you'll be able to get involved as much as you want or as little as you want. And please remember that the kids are not really supposed to do a lot of formal academic work until they're probably about 7. So don't put pressure on yourself or other people who might be listening to this. Don't put pressure on yourself for kids who are kindergarten age or prep age or grade 1 age or grade 2 age to be involved in a full-on academic program. I mean, some kids are academic and they want to do that, but it's very important that they establish those social interactions and ways how to behave with their peers and learn that natural connection before they're sitting down doing a lot of academic bookwork. You want them to want to learn. You don't want it to be a slog and to be hard. And there are so many resources out there to find what fits right for you. It really takes time to have a good look around. For us, we design our own learning programs because that's what works for us. But there are homeschoolers in all different shapes and forms for many, many reasons to be homeschooling. And a lot of people don't have the confidence to pull their kids out of school and homeschool. Most of the homeschool families are not teachers. There are some, but you don't have to be a teacher to be able to homeschool your kids. It's natural to educate your children. And the other benefits are you can keep them away from all of the systemic crap that they get from school, you know, like the video game talk and all of the stuff that you see them when they come home from school. If you've already had your kids in school, you'll say, oh my gosh, where do they get that from? I didn't teach them that. We can keep our kids away from all that stuff. And it's a little bit like control, but also sort of filtering the sort of people that you don't really want your kids to be around. And it's not those kids' fault who are in school, because they have been schooled and they have been taught to fit into that system. Trust me, I have seen it. And you notice when kids have come out of the system into the homeschooling community, it takes a while for them to de-school, I think they call it. So that takes them a while to get back to working out who they are as a person, not having to check that they're doing the right thing all the time, that they can be free and that they don't have to keep it together. A lot of you who will make that choice to homeschool will realise your kids, they're perfect at school, they come home and they lose it because they feel safe with you and they've kept it together all day and then they finally can let it all out. Well, when you're homeschooling, it's not like that at all. Yes, they have their moments, they're not perfect, but there is chances all day for them to be able to let their emotions out and then balance themselves out. Anyway, I just felt really inspired to send you a little message, give you a big thumbs up and say good job. Really glad that your ex is supporting you, and it just really made me feel happy that we've got more people being able to help and inspire their kids to learn naturally and get outside and get in nature. All right, thanks for that. Take care and good luck, and reach out if you need anything or need any help with it. All right, see ya, bye.